Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's InSquare Sports coming back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about we're going to be going through Nick's picks for week 9. So let's get right into it. So 3 honorable mentions. I have the Eagles at number 13. They're 5-4. Carson Wentz has been good this year, but just not as good as he used to be in his MVP-esque type years. So I have them at 13. I'm not going to really go through the honorable mentions very deeply. I'm just going to mention them. So number 12, I have the Colts at 5-3. Jacoby Brissett got hurt, so that kind of downgrades them a little bit. I think the Texans are going to get this division, and they're possibly a wild card team, but I just don't know yet. It depends how things shake out. I'm not rolling them out though for sure. Number 11, I have the Buffalo Bills. They're 6-2. They have a great defense. The only problem is they just beat the Redskins, so it's not a super impressive win. But they're a good team. I'm not gonna say they're not. Their offense is a little bit worrisome, but their defense is, I think, great. Starting now at number 10, I have the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are 5-3. Now, I have them in here because they played really well recently, but they still haven't beaten a really good team yet. Now you could say, oh, they beat the Eagles. Yeah, I would say that's their best win, though. They really haven't done a whole lot against very good opponents yet. Now, I think they can. I just haven't seen it, so I have to put them at 10. Number 9, I dropped the Packers way down. They're 7-2. I dropped them down because of their loss to the Chargers. Now, the Chargers just figured out how to beat them, and now that they figured it out, other teams are going to look at what they did, and now they have kind of a recipe to beat the Packers. So it worries me a little bit. Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, though, so it shouldn't worry you. If you're worried about it, it shouldn't worry you or me that much because he's Aaron Rodgers, and he's going to figure it out. At number 8, I have the Seattle Seahawks. They're also 7-2. I dropped them because they just can't beat people. Like, they win close games, and Russell Wilson, he's amazing. He's a great quarterback, which is all true. And I think without McCaffrey in this conversation, he's the MVP. He delivers for them, but it's just like they can't forcefully win a game, which is concerning. At number 7, I have the Carolina Panthers. They're 5-3. I really like their team, and I like how Kyle Allen has played. Just being a game manager, not really taking a whole lot of chances, but has thrown the ball down the field in recent weeks and been pretty good at it. He's had a couple interceptions the last couple games, but he also has had some really good throws, and I think he's making connections with his receivers, and that plus Cam Newton now being out for the year, and with McCaffrey still being a beast, I think they're a good team, and their defense is great. I think they're a playoff team in the NFC for sure. Number 6, I have the Houston Texans. Now, maybe a little bit because of the Colts and their injury problems, but I have them here because of Deshaun Watson mainly and because of their offensive weapons mainly. They've been really good. They've been good running the football this year, which I was surprised they are good at it now. Their defense is a little lackluster. I really don't like their secondary. I don't like their offensive line as much as other teams, but Deshaun Watson will win them games just based on him and the weapons he has. I don't think they're a Super Bowl team, but I definitely think they're a playoff team. Number 5, I have the Ravens. I'm worried about Lamar Jackson. I'll just say that right now. Nobody will like that opinion. I'm worried about him because I feel like he's so good running the ball, but it's like, can you make passes down the field? I might be wrong on that. He might be able to, and I just haven't really seen it yet, or I just don't believe in him quite yet. I'm not a huge Lamar Jackson fan. I'm from Houston, and Louisville and Houston had that game where Houston beat them. I was there at that game. It was amazing, and I've just never really liked Lamar Jackson because of that game and just because of him in general being really good in college. I know that's probably bad to say, but I just haven't really liked him. His running ability is insane. I'll give him that athletically. but I just don't know if he can throw the ball down the field consistently. But I still have them at 5 because they beat the Patriots last week. At number 4, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. They are 6-3. They popped up this list really fast. They're towards the bottom of it, or maybe not even on it last week. But I have them here this week because Patrick Mahomes is coming back very soon. They've won games with Matt Moore at backup quarterback. They've won with him, and I think when Patrick Mahomes comes back, they're just going to keep winning because their offense is outstanding. Their defense is not great, but it's getting better and it's getting healthier, so that's why I have them up here at number 4. At number 3, I have New England. They lost last week to the Ravens. I worry about Tom Brady because he doesn't have a true deep threat. They have Philip Dorsett. He is a deep threat, but he's not enough, I don't think, as a deep threat to be able to trust him at the end of games catching balls down the field. They have Mohamed Sanu and they have Julian Edelman. Those are their two guys. Other than that, you got James White in the passing game. You don't have a lot else. That worries me a little bit. I don't know how they have to work for everything they get, is what I'm trying to say, on offense. Unlike some of the other teams like the Texans and the Chiefs, they just have playmakers all over the field where they can score with ease. New England really has to work. And if their defense ever slips up, it's a problem because they can't score very easily. They have to take a bunch of time off the clock every single time, which could be a good thing, but it also could be a bad thing if teams are scoring super fast on them. But I still have them at 3 because it's Tom Brady and it's Bill Belichick. At number 2, I have New Orleans, the Saints. I have them, they're 7-1. I really like Drew Brees still. I think he's still playing really well, even at an old age. And that's really all I can say about them. They're just consistent. They don't have a true, really deep threat either, but I think they have enough weapons other than a deep threat that I think they'll be fine, and they really can have. Their guys that run deep routes are okay. They're not amazing, but they are better than what New England has, in my opinion. That's why I have them at 2. At number 1, I have the 49ers. Hard to argue, they're the only undefeated team. They've looked tremendous. They didn't even play very well defensively last week, and Jimmy Garoppolo saved them, which is surprising to hear because we've been hearing about their defense the whole time. Now it was Jimmy Garoppolo's turn to show, hey, I can do this too. So their offense is great as well. So they just have a great defense, I'm not going to say great offense yet, but I think they have a good offense and a good enough offense to win the NFC, in my opinion, and a great young coach. So I think they are definitely the number 1 team, and I don't see them slowing down because they have 3 home games in a row now. So it'll be interesting to see when they get their first loss, or if they get their first loss. I believe they will lose eventually, but it'll be interesting to see. So that is my next picks. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.